Now, if you live in Florida, you might have heard of Mt Dora, but did you know that this town has so many festivals annually that they've named it the Festival City? Well, if you didn't, don't worry. I did some digging. Let's get into it. Now, everything kicked off around 1874 when a guy named David Simpson and his wife, they ended up moving into the area. The reason why they came here is because David and his father, they wanted a good fishing spot so they can fish all the time. Now, the Simpson family, they stayed in the area pretty much by themselves for a few years, but around 1880, a guy named Ross Tremaine, he comes into the area. He's a developer, but he becomes the first postmaster of the town. Now, when, Tremaine got into town, things changed a little bit. And like I said, he was the first postmaster. So in 1883, they opened up a post office and named the town. But this is how they got the name of the town at the time. It was named after Tremaine's kids, okay? Roy, Ella, and Lou. So they called the area Royal Lou. So glad they changed it. So, in 1883, they ended up building the Alexander House. It's a hotel, 2-story, had about 10 rooms. And the thing about it is that they wanted this area to be very popular for, people coming in on maybe the train or steamboats, and they could come here and fish. But this actually wasn't enough for what the area was about to become. Thing is, this area, all right, becomes very, very popular for fishing. And throughout, multiple decades, this place is bought and sold from all different kind of people. They added on to it, and they also changed the name to the Lake House. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. It's a lot of history about this hotel. Too much to put into this segment, so I might have to do a whole separate video just on this hotel. Now, I gotta introduce you to John. All right, this is John Donnelly. He's the town's first mayor, but like this ain't Mt Dora yet. We still Royal Lou, and when he gets to town, the area of Royal Lou, they start to grow. Matter of fact, they got about 2 general stores, all right, a church, some schools, all kind of things, and they're actually starting to become a community. But remember what I said, okay? People come in here just to fish, but now people are starting to move into town. Now, the reason a lot of people are moving to the area is because we all know Henry Flagler, like to put his railroads right in the smack dab of really popular spots. So they get a railroad. So now people can come in, they can bring in, supplies and products, and wood, and all kind of stuff to build up this community. But this is Dora Andrade. I hope I'm saying her name right, but she's a long-time settler here in the area. I'm talking about way back, even when the Simpsons family was settled here. And the thing about Dora is she was really, really, really nice to everybody. Hospitality through the roof. And that helped her out a lot in this town. Matter of fact, she was so nice that everybody just loved her. Even the people that were just coming into town to work, like the surveyors, the construction people. She would, take care of people, make sure they was good, give them water, food. While they was building this town, just looked out for people. Now, seeing that Miss Dora was so nice to everybody all the time, they said, look, we're gonna give her some flowers, all right? So when they were surveying the lake, they were naming stuff in the area, they ended up, naming the lake just Lake Dora. And the rest of the town kind of just followed that. In 1883, John Donnelly, he changed the name of the town at this time, all right? So they're no longer Royal Lou. They're now Mt Dora. Well, at first, I think they just named it Dora, and then later on they put Mount on it. But the reason why they put Mount on it is because this area of Florida sits 183 feet above sea level, which is really unusual for Florida. So they're basically saying this, Mt Dora sits on a mountain, but like a Florida mountain. Now, over the next 20, 30 years, the town of Mt Dora is doing really, really well. They're getting a lot of tourists coming in off of the St. John with steamboats, and they also are getting tourists in on the railroads. They're doing so well that even during, the Prohibition time, the Depression, the hotels and the restaurants and things that they had here in the area, they still did really good, because the thing is the rich people still had money. They still spending. Mt Dora benefited from that. Now, throughout the years, this area of Mount Dora, even when they started, this was just supposed to be a winter retreat, for rich people to come in, fish and do all kind of stuff. But that continued, even through like the 30s and the 40s and the 50s here in Mount Dora. Majority of the people, in the town of Mount Dora were older. But then, things changed. 1975. All right, Mount Dora, they held their first Mount Dora Art Festival. And it was said, all right, that they brought 50,000 people to come out to enjoy some art. And now, today, Mount Dora, right, they hold over 30 festivals annually. It's only 12 months in a year, 4 weeks in a month. Y'all doing 30 festivals. Y'all doing about 2-3 festivals a month out here. Easy. I've never been to none of them. I got to do better. Now, real quick before I get out of here, all right? I just want to leave y'all with this last little bit of information, okay? So y'all remember David Simpson. He was the first settler here with his family. The thing about David is, David was a local settler. There's not a lot of local settlers for towns developing in Florida. If you look through the history, most of them are coming from, northern states and building these towns. Not David Simpson. Shout out to David. Now look, I don't know what y'all gonna do to remember this. Like it, comment, share it. I don't know. But the more you know. Peace.